Welcome to CSI Bridge tutorial movie. In this movie, the navigation through various options of CSI Bridge is explained. CSI Bridge interface is shown before you, but most options are inactive due to the reason that model has not been initialized yet. Use file option and initialize the model first. You can select a template to build the model directly, or you may wish to choose blank template. And in blank template, everything has to be defined by the user. After initialization of the model, various options have become active. In the top left corner, quick options are available for saving the model and locking or unlocking the model. When a model is logged by the user, no further modification in the model can be carried out. In passing, please note that after running the model, CSI Bridge locks the model automatically so that the user cannot make any changes till the user unlocks the model once again. Various options for modeling a bridge are arranged in two distinct formats, and these are in the form of ribbon, which is shown before you, or the conventional menu driven interface. Now the interface has been changed to menu driven. We can once again change the menu driven interface to the ribbon interface. In this movie clip, only the ribbon interface is explained. When a user has mastered the ribbon interface, then using the menu driven interface will be easier. In the ribbon interface, all options are arranged in the form of various tabs. Each tab is having various panels to perform an action on a bridge component and modify it as required. File option has tools to import or export or generation of animation videos or defining the different settings of the model. Other tabs are arranged from left to right, and a user can use these in the same sequence to generate a bridge model. A user can also use Bridge Wizard as displayed to generate a bridge model if so desired. Bridge Wizard has collection of tools to define various bridge components arranged in a simple sequence, which is easy to use. Home tab has four panels: View, Snap, Select, and Display. View panel has controls to model viewing options. The Snap panel is having options to force the cursor to snap at the desired point. Select panel is having options for selecting or deselecting an existing bridge component so that the user can perform certain actions on the selected objects defined in the bridge model. Display panel is having options for showing undeformed shape, deformed shape, or bridge superstructure forces, and other options to display other items. Layout tab is having three panels to define the layout line, the lanes, the rail tracks. A layout line is defined to generate the alignment of the bridge model, and it can be straight or curved line or maybe mix of these. And it is defined first. Lanes are defined to assign the area on the bridge model where the vehicles can move. Typically, lanes run parallel to the defined layout line, and the lanes can have varying width along the bridge layout line. Rail track panel is used to define rail track layout to run trains on the rail track in the bridge model. Components tab is having options for defining material properties, frame, cable or tendon properties, as well as link properties and rebar sizes, which can be used later in the bridge object components. Superstructure tab is having options to define deck sections, the diaphragms at the end or in the midspan, splices for bridge girders, parametric variation to define the variation in the deck sections as desired by the user, and rail track supports to define the properties of the rail track, which is used in rail structure interaction studies. Substructure tab is having options to define bearings and their properties, restrainers, foundations, abutments, and bends. Loads tab has four panels: vehicles, load patterns, functions, and load distribution. Vehicles panel is used to generate a country specific or a general vehicle as well as vehicle classes. A vehicle class may have more than one vehicle in the same class to apply loads on the bridge lanes, but only one vehicle will be applied during the analysis, whichever gives the maximum response. Load pattern panel is used to define various load patterns such as dead load, wind load, or pre-stress load and other kind of loads which can be activated later in the user defined load cases. Functions panel is having options for defining a country specific response spectrum or a user defined response spectrum and time history functions which can be used later in the bridge model in a specific load case to run response spectrum analysis or time history analysis. Load distribution panel is used to define point loads, line loads, area loads, and temperature gradient loads, which can be applied in the bridge model to activate a set of user-defined loads. Bridge tab has only two panels, bridge objects and update. Bridge tab is the heart of CSI Bridge and is used to define one or more bridge objects in the same bridge model. Previously defined bridge components like deck sections, superstructure properties, substructure components are used in the bridge object's parametric definition. A user can see that by just changing some parameters in the definition of the bridge model will be changed for the purpose of analysis, and it is much easier to use than the conventional finite element analysis model, which is time consuming to build and use. Update panel converts the defined bridge object into a structural model for the purpose of analysis. When a bridge object is modified during the modeling phase, then the model must be updated to reflect changes in the structural model. Analysis tab has 5 panels: load cases, bridge response, model lock or unlock, and analyze panel, and fifth is shape finding panel. Load cases panel is used to define different load cases like linear or non-linear or stage construction, modal analysis load case, multi-step static, moving load, steady state, and other load case types. Bridge response panel is used to define the correspondence in results of moving load analysis and for choosing moving load results which the user wants to save. Model log unlock panel simply logs or unlocks the model. If the analysis has been run, then unlocking the model will delete all analysis results. Analyze tab is used to define the options for choosing degrees of freedom, design response recovery options, running the analysis, or merging results from two separately analyzed results of the same model. Analyze tab also has the control to view run log text file after running the analysis to find if the solver found some difficulties by way of numerical shape finding panel is used to modify the undeformed geometry of the bridge structure to achieve a desired deformed shape. Design tab has three panels: load combinations, design superstructure, and seismic design. These panels are used to define load combinations, defining a design code, specific superstructure, design request, running the superstructure design. By using seismic design panel, seismic design can be performed for the model bridge. Rating tab has three panels: load combinations, superstructure rating, and member rating. This is similar to design tab options and used to define load combinations for rating of the superstructure and member rating capacities based on a design code. Advanced tab is having numerous editing, defining, drawing, or assigning options. These are used when some of the bridge objects are to be drawn outside the bridge modeler. For example, the user may choose to alter bridge support from defined bridge piers to user-defined walls, and options available in this tab are used to draw a wall, to assign wall properties, and adding any additional loads acting on the user-defined objects. This concludes the tutorial on navigation through CSI Bridge options. In the next movie, we will show you how to generate a model for pre-tensioned precast girder bridge. Thank you for your interest in CSI Bridge and other CSI software products.